Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first annual GG Over Easy Award Show, episode 252. This is going to be something kind of new that we do at the end of the year. Recap what's been going on. I think when this episode comes out, it's literally, 2 days left in 2024. So give it up for 2024, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
I
it
hope
was a
we had
year of
fun.
all time. Yeah,
Yeah, it was definitely one of the years of all
love
time.
that. Love that.
So for this year, when we ended the last episode, I teased that I thought about doing an award show because I thought it sounded fun. With the help of the stands in the Discord of the Patreon, please sign up for the Patreon. We came up with some not nominees, but some categories. The nominees were kind of just whoever you thought or whatever you thought. I didn't want to put you guys in a box. So without
Not just gaming
further
related.
ado, I will go through what I have made for the nominees.
Our categories today are presented by Robbie V, who is sponsored by Redacted, Redacted.
I got to do like that sexy girl voice that they always have for like the.
But
like
first, a brand new world premiere.
A world premiere.
Yeah, we got the budget for games. We're showing off games here. First nominee or first category, we'll save it for last, is our game of the year. This is the best game, kind of whatever you thought was the best game. And then we also have something fun. We also have the worst game of the year. Don't hold back. If you played something that was truly terrible this year, I can't wait to hear about it. We also have content of the year. This doesn't necessarily have to be from your own YouTube channel or just something from Mr. Fruit's YouTube channel or Blue's YouTube channel or my Dogecoin channel. This can be something from any content you kind of like. This could be a television show. This could be anything. Just content of the year that you think people should be watching. We also have worst content of the year. Something that you think is so awful. Again, doesn't have to be to a YouTube video or anything like that. It can be whatever you want it to be. We also have our meme of the year. I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to say was your favorite meme of 2024. Now, again, memes go in cycles, so I had to go back to see what actually came out in 2024.
I would like to raise my hand.
Yes, Blue.
I literally had to ask the BF. I was like, what was your favorite meme this year? And he was like, I don't know, dude. This is like a fucking new one every week. I can't keep up.
Exactly.
And I was like, I thought I could keep up, but now it's like too much for like even like meme lords like me and Dork. So like
I also Googled it.
Yeah. So like my partner can't keep up. I can't keep up. And then Dork can't even keep up. That's how bad it's gotten for us.
If Dork can't keep up, there's no hope for any of us.
And then of course, just like the video game, we have the worst meme of the year. A meme that you hated so much that you think it tainted the year of 2020.
I have a feeling all three of us are going to have the exact same answer for this.
I'll be really interested. I think we might have all the same answer, but we'll see.
Yeah, I have a really strong feeling.
We have soundtrack of the year. This can be a video game soundtrack, an album, or just a song that you liked that you think everybody should be listening to. And then we have the GG Easy Stories of the year. I said story or stories. It can be something that along the same lines of just somebody told a story on the podcast and you had fun while you listened to it. And then we have the Legacy Award, the most memorable moment of 2024. Now, this doesn't have to be a broad paintbrush where you have to have it be everybody's moment of 2024. This can be styled to you and you yourself. If you want your legacy moment of 2024 to be something that was family related or something that happened as a whole in 2024. So yeah, without further ado, I would like to bring in our special guest, Luigi. Would you like to come in?
Yes, Luigi. You know what Twitter meme?
Take a quick break.
One of my favorite Twitter memes of this year. It's not my meme of the year, but it is one of my favorite. It's definitely top 3. Is this tweet?
Some honorable mentions.
It was this tweet where it was like HOTTOGO, hot guy killed the CEO. Yeah, Rob. Yeah, Rob's an ally.
Yeah, I'm an ally. You know, I know the HOTTOGO song.
HOTTOGO.
So let's start off. What is there a nomination or a category you guys would like to start on?
You're the host here, so we're kind of like letting you lead. Yeah.
Okay. let's start with something small. Let's start off with the soundtrack of the year. This is a nomination of music and beautiful. I have an orchestra behind me here waiting to play all of our music after we
Yeah.
select it. So
We
I guess
spared no
I will.
expense.
I guess I will start us off with soundtrack of the year. There were a lot of honorable mentions for soundtrack of the year. You know, we got a lot of the big boom. Like I thought the boom.
Please no.
That's what we do. We bring, and then you do the dance with it. You know, I thought about nominating that. That was an honorable mention of mine. I also had an honorable mention of Chappelle Roan, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Oh, I love that. You have to is the only like one of the few weddings or like one of the few songs that wasn't played at my wedding that I put in the has to play category, and he didn't play it, so I was pretty pissed.
As a matter of fact, he did.
Oh, you should
Yeah,
kill
as
that
a matter
guy,
of fact, he didn't play it. But I believe there is one soundtrack the world has been waiting for since 2020/2021, and I am not even through on the playlist yet. I'm about 180 to about 185, somewhere around there. The Finding Sharktooth Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
It is a 16 to 18 hour album consisted of all the songs that Shark listens to while he is grinding out IRL XP. So I believe every song I go through there, bro, is just nice, good J-pop, good kind of feels in there. If I ever just need some good background music while I'm playing in the stream, I throw up on the Finding Sharktooth playlist. I find songs that I've never heard before or probably would never hear before. So I will have a link in the description to the soundtrack of the year from Rob's nomination, Finding Sharktooth. It's like I said, just a bunch of different K-pop, J-pop kind of music. I wish Shark was here to explain it a little bit more. But congratulations, Sharktooth, on winning Robert
Shark.
Rabby V's
Couldn't make
soundtrack
it out,
of the year.
That's a huge honor, Shark. That's a huge honor.
Yeah.
Couldn't come out. And we just got word Kojima couldn't make it either. We're devastated. But we have more special guests in store, so it's fine.
Blue, would you like to explain who you have chosen for your soundtrack?
Guys, I'm going to get it out of the way real quick. My favorite soundtrack this year was Final Fantasy XIV's Dawn Trail. And I know you guys are probably thinking, Blue, why not Brat? Well, Brat was also in my soundtrack of the year, but I have to say, Masayoshi Soken, you just continue to be one of the most incredible video game composers and composers, period, in the entire planet. You know, Dawn Trail just had so many big bangers. You know, we had the final boss theme. I'm not gonna do spoilers for people who haven't played it because I know people are going through Dawn Trail.
I appreciate it.
We had the final dungeon theme. I'm just gonna say it because Alexandria dungeon theme. So good, just so amazing. That was actually one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite OSTs of the year and OSTs period. Just so good.
My orchestra back here is like going through like the sheet music. Okay, like find the
we had one of the best one of the best battle themes in Final Fantasy history. The Tuliolal theme, so good. We also had
right out of my mouth.
We had the Origenics dungeon theme, incredible. Love that theme. You're just an incredible.
Like something you need when you get old.
Probably, but just so many good songs. I couldn't even name them all because Soken just keeps slapping every single year. Endwalker was one of my favorite video game OSTs. Shadowbreaker is one of my favorites, and then this one I think is definitely second favorite to Endwalker as far as soundtracks go. They just keep cooking, and for good reason. There's a reason why Soken keeps blasting. And Mr. Fruit, I have to say, I would really like you to play Final Fantasy 16 one day. I think I recommended it to you way back in the day.
16.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's the same team that made 14, and I really think you would enjoy it. I really think it would it would speak to you on a level that you would appreciate. It's like that high fantasy. And anyways, I recommend it last time. You should do it again. Also because the soundtrack is incredible, and that's okay. He does the 14 soundtracks. Anyways, thank you guys so much. This award goes to my parents. And thank you to Rob. Thank you to Rob's wife. Thank you to Mr. Fruit. Thank you to Claire. I didn't forget your name, Sydney. I just know you as
Rob's
wife. I'm sorry.
Louder.
And yeah, guys, thank you.
All right.
I don't know what that guy's doing. Anyway, for
Mr. I'm interested because can I explain to you my tilting of your music choice lately?
Mm-hmm.
The mashups you guys were listening to at Dado's was like music, like just like I imagine like they just took music and just went and like it was just way too much like going on. So
right.
I hope
we
it's
all
not some
have
sort
to be
of mashup.
wrong sometime, you know.
Okay.
Well, it can't be that soundtrack's from 2010.
Oh,
think.
okay.
So a little old. For those curious, he's talking about Girl Talk.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Girl Talk is great.
But soundtrack of the year. Well, for like total soundtrack, I had Arcane season 2.
Oh.
Pretty much everything in that show hit, and the official soundtrack full of bangers. Not to mention that French song that I don't understand at all, but it's a banger. Single song though, my honorable mentions would be "Good Kid," the band
Mad
Good Kid
City.
song "From the Start," which is a cover of I don't remember how you say your name, Laufey. I've said it everywhere, and everyone says it's wrong, so I have no idea how you're supposed to say her name. Cover her song, great. Mm-hmm. And then Tommy Richmond's $1 Million Baby. Those would be my honorable mentions.
Never had a set, baby. Remember,
I wanna take it.
I was a big fan of that song until I heard it everywhere.
Well, see, lucky for me, I don't listen to music anywhere, so nothing gets old.
There you go. Yeah. It's a good That's a good like TikTok song though. That just shows the power of TikTok because I think that song got big off of TikTok.
And it made its way to me. So I mean, that's
I classify that song as a TikTok song. So congratulations to all the winners and
congratulations guys
to all the honorable mentions for soundtracks of the year. Let's move into something kind of fun.
Next up, another world premiere.
World premiere. And now you guys are gonna make me have to go and like film these little skits or something like me, like we're like you guys like see like me in like Red Dead Redemption like 3, like I'm playing a cowboy. Like God, Rob, like what was the product like?
Wow, right?
Rob, like, this is where all the podcast money goes.
This is where all those skipped episodes go, huh? Wow.
Yeah. Let's go here. Let's go meme of the year, and we'll start here with Mr. Westlo. 2024 brought in a lot of memes, but only one can be your 2024 meme of the year. If you do have honorable mentions, you can bring them up, but we'd just love to hear what your favorite meme was.
You know what? This one's going to shock some people, but my favorite meme was the very mindful, very demure meme. I don't know if you guys remember this one, but it was this random woman on TikTok. She was like, "Look at how I put on my makeup. Very mindful, very demure," and it was just my screensaver for a really long time. Is in like screensaver, like my mental screensaver. You had it like it was mostly on like extremely.
Didn't make its way to me,
bro.
Like extremely,
I literally typed in
like
very on Google. First thing, very demure, very mindful.
Very demure, like very mindful. It was everywhere. You would really mostly see it on like I don't know, like queer spaces, and also very demure, very mindful. And then like the reason it was so funny is because like people would use it as like to roast other people. It was like not very demure, not very mindful. Anyways, that was really really funny, and I really enjoyed it.
Even made your phone background like which
no,
is,
it was my mental screensaver.
Oh,
that's what I meant by that.
Okay.
Like
even more important.
Yeah. So very demure, very mindful, and then the counterculture of not very demure, not very mindful. That was great. Honorable
if you know memes.
Very honorable mention to Chill Guy. Rarely have we gotten a meme that is like genuinely just really wholesome, and just like it's just that. Yep. I'm just a chill guy. That one's also really
he's
fun.
Not too upset that he didn't win out. He's very chill. He understands.
Yeah, exactly. He gets it. He understands
how tough the competition was this year.
And then another final honorable mention to Mudang. I love
I
Mudang.
forgot about Mudang.
I love Mudang.
How could you forget about him?
And how quickly Mudang...
Please?
Yeah, and how quickly Mudang got canceled because Mudang picked the Trump cake.
Yeah, that's why I forgot. I took it out of...
Everyone was like, cook that fucking hippo. And I was like, no, Mudang is just a baby.
She doesn't know. She just wanted lettuce.
She doesn't know. She just wanted lettuce.
Those are
my...
I will say, did not know anything about the very demure one. I'll have to ask Sydney if she was aware of that.
I can guarantee you Sydney knows about it because that was also that was also all over girl talk and girl Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I have very demure and very mindful picks. So I'm excited to hear you guys.
Let's go with you, Mr. Fruit. Let's start with you for meme of the year.
Well, I'm happy to say he doesn't have to be upset anymore. It's Chill Guy.
Oh my God.
Chill Guy.
And you know what?
Congratulations.
And you know what? If he won or lost, he would have been cool with either outcome.
Yeah, he would have been really cool and chill about it. So,
but he won for me. It was a flash in the pan.
Really,
that meme. Yeah, a couple days, but I enjoyed those couple days, and the memes got so meta, and they kept going, and they were just wholesome. Not only that, but half the time I'm like, wait a second, that's just me. What do you mean by that?
You saw yourself in a meme. That's pretty.
Yeah. Because most of them were just like explaining some boring guy, but he's just a chill guy. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean by that? Wait, what? I guess I'm just a chill guy. Yeah, the memes were great.
Chill guy.
Wholesome. It was even better too because I found it all hilarious and Claire didn't, which made it even funnier.
Which just elevated it up another level.
She's just frustrated at it. She's like, I don't get it.
Yeah, she got so sick of that so fast.
And you're just like, babe,
and then
I
would just be like, I'm just a chill guy. She's like, I'm gonna murder you. So mine goes to Chill Guy. Honorable mentions, I can't even like remember half the stuff.
It's pretty tough.
Or a lot of the memes I liked weren't like serial memes, just like one-offs. Yeah. Just pictures here or there about something very specific. But
okay. So for my meme of the year, I have some honorable mentions. Once again, Chill Guy gets a mention. I think everybody could find themselves in Chill Guy, and I think that's what
everyone should find themselves in Chill Guy.
Yeah, everybody should.
My favorite meta part of Chill Guy was once they tried to do Chill Girl, and then it was a retweet where like all the guys like dropped something. It's like, oh, the girls want to play now, and so all the guys are like, oh, it's not cool anymore. And then Claire got even more upset at that. So
yeah, I get it.
So honorable mentions. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but basically, I don't know what the meme is called. There obviously has to be some sort of like template to it. But basically, I've seen it with like Cybertruck or Santa Claus is coming to town or somebody just going on a league rant or just a rant in general. But it basically like starts off and it goes and it like kind of transfers over like different landscapes and just kind of while somebody's just going off and getting really mad about something. Really liked that one. But there was only going to be one winner of the year. Something so polarizing. He got himself into Madison Square Garden to play for the Knicks. And that's right. I'm talking about.
Oh, God.
We're talking about the Rizzler, baby.
Oh,
the
my
Rizzler
God.
is your winner for Rob's meme of the year 2024. Why are you guys thinking that's a bad thing? I'm actually a genuine fan of the Rizzler.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. That's an honorable mention of my worst memes of the year.
Big fan of the Rizzler, dude. Just a little kid living out his dreams. Does a funny face. Got millions. Like the other day, bro, on Instagram, the Rizzler. This just shows his diversity in content, bro. He sleds. This episode of the GG Over Easy podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. How do you stay cozy during the winter months? For some, it's being wrapped up in a blanket, feeling all nice and snuggly underneath the Christmas tree. But it also gets way darker, way sooner, and I definitely struggle with seasonal depression. It's actually something me and my therapist talked about while I was at BetterHelp. Even though it's getting darker quicker, it doesn't mean I can necessarily stop on what I'm doing. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire, and you can get matched with a licensed therapist at any time, no additional charge. Find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GG. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast. Down his grandma's stairs. He's just doing what an 8-year-old does. And like, I was just watching that, like, and there's like a kid watching him go down the thing. I was like, damn, imagine being like friends with the Rizzler. Like, that would be just the coolest thing ever. Do you imagine being like 8 or 9 years old and your friend just has a Instagram with 1 million followers and just get to hang out with him and just kick it and just makes the Riz face. I still got to work on it. But man, love the kid, love his content, and an honorable mention because they kind of he doesn't necessarily need them, but they are a good supporting cast for him. And those are the Boom guys. I'm a big fan of the Boom guys. Just wholesome content, the double chunk chocolate chip. And then the boom. Is it boom or doom? And it's always boom. So Rizzler and the Boom guys, you guys get a big boom from the GG Easy Awards.
No, you do not.
If we had the Rizzler call in, I would.
No, you do not.
If I could get the Rizzler to call in, I would freak. Maybe next year when he wins Meme of the Year 2025. But yes, I think the Rizzler has had a great year. He's done it right. I think he's taken his stardom and has brought it to a whole new level. I think we're going to see the Rizzler taking over the world in 2025. Congratulations to all of our winners and honorable mentions for the Meme of the Year.
Doom.
Now we'll transition from Meme of the Year to the worst Meme of the Year.
Okay, so honorable mention the Rizzler.
Okay, so Blue, we'll start with you then. Not a fan of the Rizzler or the Costco Boom guys, I'm guessing.
Nope. Those are my honorable.
Why don't we like the Rizzler? He's just a kid that makes a face and emotes.
Exactly. That's not good meme. That's just a kid.
You just don't see the vision. You just don't see the vision, and that's okay.
I really
don't see the vision. I don't see the vision, and I don't want to see the vision. I hate it. You know what I actually do? I'm not a Rizzler hater, by the way, because one of my it wasn't an honorable mention, but I enjoy it a lot, is the meme of him turning to his friend when his friend uses his real name, and he just turns to look like.
You can't pick and choose. You can't hate the Rizzler, but love that one.
I hate the
meme.
Where are we gonna go?
Yeah,
Christian?
I can. I absolutely
There's
can.
Nuance.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, you know what I thought about? There's a possible chance that the Rizzler's dad was a fan of Mr. Fruit back in the day and decided to name his son after Mr. Fruit. Think about that.
Definitely.
I mean, we don't know if that's true, but I'm running with it.
It has to be. That's my headcanon now.
Okay. Sure, guys. Sure. Why not? Sure. Sure. What was I gonna say? Fuck. Yeah, I can absolutely pick and choose where to like and dislike the most.
All right, fine. That's okay.
But what I will tell you the worst meme of 2024 is, and it's not even close, is the stupid fucking Hawk Tua meme. It was funny for a while, and it was funny when people remixed it, like
spit on that thing.
Yeah, like Hawk Tua spit on that thing, and then people start remixing it and doing their own Hawk Tua spin on that thing, like fucking I don't know, Rob, fucking Shock Tua Riz on that thing or some stupid shit like that. I don't know. Or Mr. Fruit, like Cock Tua jaw on that thing. I don't know. Stupid. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's dumb. I enjoyed it. But then it didn't stop happening. And then she made her own podcast where she's a literal Chat GPT NPC.
Haley Winch. Hey, that's my turn.
Hey y'all, I sound like Sandy Cheeks. I sound like a Sandy Cheeks if you put her through a voice modulator. And then she did the whole scam with the crypto pump and dump.
Hey,
and
she's still sleeping, bro.
The rug pull. And it's just Hawk Tua has single-handedly become the worst meme of 2024, and I fucking hate it. Fuck
you capitalized on that though. I mean, that's talk about an entrepreneur, you know,
hey,
business minded first.
If I would absolutely capitalize on that level of internet stardom. Would I capitalize it to a level of scamming people to that degree and also potentially getting myself landed in prison? Absolutely not. But at the same time, like, do you kind of deserve it if you like invested into Hawk Coin? Like, to be honest with you, like you probably did kind of deserve it.
Yeah, like, sir, for real. Like, I have zero sympathy if you lose your money in a shit coin. Like, zero. Like, I put $15,000 that I had into Hawk Tuah and it's gone. Like, you're an idiot. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
So yeah, Hawk Tuah. I hate that one.
Well, I'll go next. Because Blue, you'll be happy to know I also nominated Hawk Tuah as my awful meme of. And I'm like you. I thought like she's talking about spitting on like while giving a blowjob, like funny, like whatever, like that's funny. And then like the remixes and all that kind of stuff. And then it got to like, all right, I don't think you should be able to build like a content career off of being like, yeah, I fucking suck dick really good. Like, like I thought that was crazy. Like, it's one thing to like, make an OnlyFans or something like that and get like famous that way because like you're super unshameless about it. It's another thing to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna do a street interview and get super famous somehow and make a podcast and then rug pull all my fans. So I think like Blue kind of said, it started off like it's just like this is a funny flash in the pan. Meme. And then all of a sudden it was like, okay, she's still around. Okay, she's actually like trying to do this. Okay, she's. And then it was like for me, and it was like, oh, she made a shitcoin and rug pulled her fans. That's kind of hilarious. Like that's hilarious. That like
we're up.
Yeah, like that's kind of funny. But like, and then like, but like at that point, it's like worth as much as her coin. So like basically moving up 0 bit. So yeah, congratulations, Hawk Tuah, for maybe sweeping the category, Mr. Fruit.
Well, I don't know about that. You'll be surprised to hear that my nomination is Hawk Tuah Girl.
Yeah! Let's go!
Hey, look at us all on the same.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
A rare sweep. I don't know if we'll have another one of those. That's
especially in like
GG Award history.
Yeah, congratulations, Hawk Tuah Girl.
You're the worst.
Yeah, you are genuinely the worst.
All right, let Mr. Fruit speak. Yeah. Let it.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, I should say too. I usually don't just like feel very strongly one way or the other. Like, I usually don't like go out of my way to be upset about something. But Hawk Tuah,
you ride the fence.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
It's just everywhere, and then yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I never liked the meme, and then so I was just like, whatever. But then it stayed around forever, and then she kept coming up somehow, and then it's like Hawk Tuah Girls doing a TV show or something. I'm like, what the fudge? Like, man, I should have spit on that thing or something. Yeah, yeah, so it's just like, what in the world? Yeah, just sick of it.
Yeah, I couldn't think of like a worse meme. Like I tried to think of honorable mentions, and it was literally just Hawk Tuah Girl. Like there's no other. Yeah. There was no other. Thing that made me even remotely think of a bad meme.
Yeah, I feel that.
Than that. Let's go on to. Let's start with the worst game of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go to worst game of the year. Before we get to the best game of the year, because I think we all have like kind of have told everybody what our favorite games of the year were, so there might be no surprises there. But I would love to start with you, Mr. Fruit. You are the YouTuber. You play a ton of games, and not like you don't play through them like for hours, but you get a taste. So I would say your gaming palette is a little bit more refined than ours, and you definitely play a lot of bullshit. So, what is your worst game of the year and nominations, or honorable mentions? Would be nice, but not required.
I think it's kind of a tie between two. One of them I can't really expand too much on, but let's just say there's a meta game that for VR that just not exist.
You played a VR game?
Well, no, I played it in the browser. I think you might know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, long story short, tried to record it. You'll never see the video. There's some legal stuff, but the point is garbage. Absolute garbage. I've never hated my time more than spent in that game. Everything about it, it was miserable. So that one, but I can't get too much in details. Or the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
Oh, I forgot that game existed, and I
taken
still
away
keep forgetting
from
it.
some Arkham bangers we could have gotten. Waited that long for whatever that was, and I tried several times, come back, and like even Dad was doing something kind of like this. I was like, oh, I'll play with
I was
Dado
there.
some. Yeah, and I just there was nothing. Couldn't do it.
Yeah,
wasn't for me.
Okay, those
It was just
are two good ones.
It was just lifeless, and it was like exactly. It just felt like the exact corporate kind of soup that we see, or like you could just feel the suit's impact on that game, and it was just so lifeless.
I would
and I did not
be
enjoy my time.
interested. I would be interested to know, because this was one of the games you were really excited about when it got announced. Did you play Skull and Bones this year?
Oh, I did. It was this year, right? Came out this year.
Mm-hmm. What, you got a Skull and Bones thing somewhere? Oh, he's
Doing something.
Oh, he's chewing something.
Yeah, as soon as I looked, he swallowed it. So Lord only knows.
Well, it was probably just an important wire or something.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah, I guess Skull and Bones was this year. It wasn't the game that it could have been. I mean, that goes without saying. But actually, I didn't hate it. It was okay.
Okay.
I mean, I played it a little bit. The short little gameplay loop was fun. It just got old fast. But I really didn't like hate it or anything. I know people did, but there was just part of it where I was like, yeah, this is fun. It's just not a game I'm going to grind or like stick with for a while. But and certainly not one that took the amount of money and time. Like it was clearly just stuck in development hell. But yeah, no, I didn't
hate it as much as the other two times.
Yeah, I wouldn't even. I mean, I wouldn't even say I hated it. It was okay.
Okay.
You played. It was all right.
You would say like it was more so like the game wasn't bad, just the hype, all that behind it, just didn't nearly live up to how long it was in development for.
Yeah, if they just shadow dropped
it was a
without ever
disappointment.
announcing, yeah, it was 100% disappointment. If we'd never known about the game and then it just came out of nowhere,
no,
I would have been like, oh, this is kind of neat. But yeah, no, I mean, it would have never lived up to the expectations.
So I'll go through mine. My worst game of the year. I have some nominations here. Skull and Bone was on there, and then I had one little caveat here that I think this game did not deserve as much hate as it got, and that is Concord. Now, Concord was just a generic hero shooter that I didn't think was that bad and doesn't deserve to be in the worst game categories. I'll be interested to see if people disagree with me, but the game was actually very okay. Like it was probably exactly how Christian felt about Skull and Bones. Like I didn't hate it.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, like I didn't hate
I think
it
was bad
or anything like that. I didn't think it was bad either. I just thought it was, just a little bit boring.
Yeah, it didn't like make me pog out of my mind, but
I would have to agree with you, Mr. Fruit. My worst game of the year is Suicide Squad. Yeah, it was just the bunch of numbers flashing at you, like trying to, it was just like screen, just overload. Like and then there was nothing behind it. It felt not challenging at all. It felt mundane. The story was boring. I don't even know what we were doing. You would basically travel to this location, fight a big group, cutscene. All right, you got to go here now. Go there, fight a big group of people. Numbers pop up, cutscene, and it was like all right. And then but thankfully I was playing the Boomerang guy, which I think he was probably one of the more fun ones to actually play. But after I got done with that, I was like, man, that I just didn't do anything for me. Another this isn't a game, but it's more so a game mode. League of Legends Swarm, very boring and not fun at all. I would have to definitely say that League of Legends Swarm thing was so boring. And now that I know what an actual fun Swarm game looks like, it's even worse. So yeah, that is kind of my thought process. I feel the same feeling that you have, Mr. Fruit, towards Suicide Squad. Very just
meh.
Like it wasn't even like vanilla. It was just like paste. Like it's like gray paste, like that. Like you said, could have been so much fun. oh, DC heroes, you know, and just didn't get any of that.
None
They
of it.
wanted it to be like a looter shooter. Like nobody really ever really asked for that. It was kind of the thing where the video game, you know, head honchos think like, oh, this is what gamers will want. And it's like, just put everything you can into the game. And it's like, okay, like this is just honestly like the worst piece of shit ever. I don't think it was the worst game I've ever played. I just think it was the least fun game I played.
All right, fair.
BlueWestlo, I'd be interested to know what yours was because you said I forgot about Suicide Squad. Oh, he's nervous. You can tell by the
He's shaking. He's shaking his boots.
Guys, my worst game of the year is Concord.
Oh, really?
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Well,
so
we can disagree.
So yeah. I give Concord a couple hours of my time. I didn't get with you guys because you guys were always full, and you know this is when I was like still like adjusting my job, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna play a little give it a try. I've never played a more uninspired game that does nothing new, that accomplishes nothing new, and also at the same time has like actually downright offensively uninspired character designs I've in my life. I'm a deeply aesthetically driven person, so the game was whatever. Like it's, you know, was it the worst game I've ever played? No, but was it a good game? Definitely not. Tack that on to these character designs being so absolutely underwhelming. My main issue, I think the main feeling of Concord is that I have absolutely no attachment to the characters. I have no attachment to the characters' kits. I have no attachment to the aesthetic of every character. I have absolutely no attachment to anything about the heroes designs, the heroes' kits, the heroes' aspirations, the heroes' interactions with each other. And in a character and hero-based game, if I have none of that, then it's a bad game. So for that reason, a game that failed, in my opinion, on every single way it could have failed, in every single aspect design-wise, and also just dead ass having, how do you have such a big budget and those are the character designs you managed to get out of the game? Like, be so for real right now.
And so, like, for me with Concord, I think it's more of a failing up top rather than like, I think it trickles down.
And I wish I could say that because I genuinely think it's a bad game. Like, I think it is just a poorly designed game.
I thought like the shooting mechanics were fine and the team fighting was okay, but like it was just like you said, like when you said like uninspiring, did like nothing for the like genre, just like very just the.
I wish I could say uninspiring. I wish I could say Sony saw this and was like, "Whoa, this is it." But like if Sony saw this in beta, if I saw this in beta, I would still probably think, "Wow, this sucks. I'm not gonna dump 200 million into this to make it better." It's like, wow, this at a base level is like pretty uninspiring. So. Concord's my worst game of the year. I'm so sorry to the people who wrote or die for Concord, but you picked a more abysmal game than even like you're dying at a hill for a game that is like, and most people aren't dying on the hill for it. Most people are just like, it wasn't that bad, guys, which I get, but I thought that game was dog dick. Respectfully, I'm so sorry. I hope I don't disrespect any dogs out there who listen to this podcast. Mad respect to you guys. I do have honorable mention.
Love to hear it.
The Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I forgot about that game and I remembered it. And you guys reminded me.
Yeah. That game.
I gave that game 30 minutes of my time. I skipped every cutscene and I was not engaged with any gameplay mechanics. And I skipped most cutscenes and most looter shooters, so.
Is it called Justice League Suicide Squad? I have my Steam open.
It's Suicide Squad. Kill the Justice League.
Yeah.
Do I even have it installed anymore? Doesn't look like it. Or like
I don't have it installed.
Oh, I do. Okay. No, I have like the game. I gave it 7 hours, and I opened it. Suicide Squad season 4.
It's the last season.
Oh, is it? Like
they're not updating it after this one.
I'm surprised it even made it to season 4. I'll be real with you, Chief.
I think they had probably a set stuff, and then they had to deliver on whatever, like a roadmap or something. I'm sure there was some sort of obligations or something, but
it also has a dev team. You're probably like, well, maybe one of these is gonna hit.
Let's go to our games of the year. A lot of games came out this year. We've talked about a ton of them. Recently, we've had Marvel Rivals kind of show up and peek its head through, showing that hero shooters can be fun. We got games like Balatro. So I guess I'll just start real quick. Obviously loved Balatro. Balatro might be one of my most played games this year. I have like 213 hours on it, not including what I played on mobile, which is maybe like only like 4 or 5. Also big fan of the Plucky Squire. If you're into like fun little indie, just like no strings attached, just having fun listening to a fun little story, like a little cartoon. Loved the Plucky Squire, a lot of fun. Really enjoyed my time with Silent Hill 2. Still need to go and finish it, but Silent Hill 2 was a ton of fun. Remastered,
2.
by the way.
Oh,
Silent Hill 2. The remaster was a lot of fun, but this episode of the GG Over Easy podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. How do you stay cozy during the winter months? For some, it's being wrapped up in a blanket, feeling all nice and snuggly underneath the Christmas tree. But it also gets way darker way sooner, and I definitely struggle with seasonal depression. It's actually something me and my therapist talked about while I was at BetterHelp. Even though it's getting darker quicker, it doesn't mean I can necessarily stop on what I'm doing. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire, and you can get matched with a licensed therapist at any time, no additional charge. Find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GG. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast. I mean, I was dropping my ass for it when it actually won Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Big shouts out to Astrobot for winning Game of the Year.
I figured,
Loved Astrobot. I'm a big platforming guy. That's where.
Oh no,
That's what,
Rob.
He's a bit.
Oh no, the Hawk 2 girl got to him.
Big Xbox and PC got to him. They're like, a console exclusive can't win. You can only play it, enjoy it if you have a PlayStation.
Actually, if you voted for Astrobot to win, you're only into woke DEI games, even though it's just a literal robot that's doing cute little things.
True.
But yeah, woke DEI games.
And you make me freaking sick.
Wukong should have won.
This is what Rob is saying. You guys just can't hear him.
What? I've actually never seen Rob disconnect like that. That's crazy. What if his PC just exploded? What if one of his cats got like one of his wires? Do you think he's still talking right now? Not realize, like, he's so passionate about his game of the year and he doesn't realize he just cut out.
I freaking love it. He's like pacing around the room now, like, it's just like he took
his headset off to talk about it.
Yeah, he's like, man, he's starting to cry. He's getting worked up. He's like, man, it's just, and he cuts back. He's crying, sits back. He's like, yeah, so like that's why it's game of the year.
Poor guy.
But actually, we don't know what's happening.
He's giving a TED talk right now.
All right, well, we'll let him continue whenever he comes back. Blue, why don't you share your game of the year?
Well, guys, this was a hard one to talk about because there's a lot of games that came out this year. And you know me, I'm the type of guy who hyperfixates on 1 or 2 games at a time. So, wait, is he back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh.
What happened, big guy? What happened?
I think my computer just blue screen. The streaming PC I switched to was my blue screen PC, and now it's getting back to doing that, which is just the worst thing ever.
Blue was about to share his game of the year, but we were going to wait until you came back so you could finish.
Yeah.
So you were literally saying something about platformers, and then
platformers. That was my favorite genre growing up as a kid. Loved platformers, so that it like brings me back to being a kid again, which I believe is what video games should do. Video games should bring that nostalgia feeling and build on it, and Astrobot did that in every way possible. So big shouts out to Astrobot. One of the most fun platformers I played since maybe like Banjo-Tooie, maybe. Like, can't think of a more fun platformer than I've had. It was awesome. Plus, I was like, I'm going to 100% this game. And I normally never do that. So the fact I even wanted to go back and 100% it shows that it's fucking worth it.
Some real shit. Some real shit right there.
Big shouts out to Astrobot.
I'll have to eventually get to it. It's a long list of stuff, but I do need to eventually.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that little side game you have with Claire. She can't beat the level, and then you go, I'll beat it, and then you'll beat it.
You'd be like, skill issue, babe, and then you sleep on the couch that night.
Because it's a game with everybody. It's a game for everybody. It's a ton of fun. BlueWestlo. Before I interrupted you by my computer crashing.
Guys, I have a singular focused monkey brain. My ADHD does not manifest as playing many different games. My ADHD manifests as playing one game at a time. The games I play every year is in the single digits, usually. Maybe not the single digits.
What's that like? That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't help it. It's a curse. So you know what game is going to keep me coming back? What game is going to keep me obsessed? What game is going to keep me just, what game is going to manage to actually keep me coming back years later? Well, I don't know because it's 2024 and that's kind of like a really that's
dated.
Who knows?
People are trying to figure out.
Like who knows? Like it just came out this year, but what game actually managed to keep me coming back like several times during the year and like actually like, wow, like this game is really cool. Like, oh, new content, I gotta come back and play it. That game.
Can I take a guess?
Yes.
Helldivers 2.
Mr. Fruit is correct. My game of the year is Helldivers 2. I love Helldivers. I love that this game blew up. If you guys don't remember, I talked about this game and I was like, I'm actually really looking forward to Helldivers. It looks kind of cool. I did not expect this game to be as massive as it did. I didn't expect the game to like nail this like emergent gameplay level of comedy that it did. I didn't expect the game to like hold me the way it did, and also just the stratagems being like you basically like popping an ultimate every like 30 seconds is just such a fun loop. The game had a little bit of a rough spot there for a couple months where the balancing was really all over the place and it wasn't really fun to play the game, but they finally pulled it together, finally made the game really, really fun again. And I've been coming back. The new Killzone stuff dropped. Whenever new Helldivers,
what's the new whatever they call it, like update.
The new War Bonds. The new War Bonds come out, and everyone gets hype. Me and the Discord boys all hop in, play some Helldivers. Even my partner is like, "Oh, dude, new Helldivers update," and that dude hates live service games. So that's how you know it's good. So
bridge the gap.
The Helldivers 2. It's one of those games I come back to. I've played more Helldivers 2 this year than Destiny 2. And that is
you got 180 hours in it.
Yeah, I love Helldivers. I think it's amazing.
I'm putting that Destiny theory to the test. I'm gonna see how many hours you have in Destiny 2 this year.
This year? Wait, actually.
I don't know if it'll show by year.
Does it not?
I don't think it shows by year. That would be crazy. It
shows like past couple weeks or whatever.
Yeah, I guess so.
Can't expose them.
Yeah, because it shows like 3,333 hours.
How much time do you have in Helldivers?
Total?
I see it right here.
I mean, it's like 180.
How much is it?
It's like 180.
I feel like you probably grinded Final Shape more than 180 hours.
Did I?
Before and during, I feel like you would have hit 180.
You gotta remember, Final Shape was like a solid like week and a half, maybe. It was a flash in the pan. It was a flash in the pan. But yeah, Helldivers 2 is my game of the year. I love Helldivers. I think it's amazing. Whenever I go into Helldivers, there's a start and an end to Helldivers for me. Every time a new patch comes out or every time like a new Warbond comes out, I'll play it, I'll get what I want, then I'll say, job well done, and I'll leave for a couple weeks. And then the new Warbond drops. That Killzone drop got me so fucking hype. I'm gonna be honest, that Killzone drop is what pushes the game of the year for me, because I love Killzone, and that's probably the like last Killzone content I'm ever gonna get in my life, because rest in peace Killzone. Oh, I love that game. Maybe I'll get more Killzone content in my life. Maybe I'm just talking too soon, but shout out Horizon Zero Dawn for being so popular and killing Killzone. I miss you, Killzone. Guerrilla Games, please.
You don't need that.
It was cool to see like the kind of chokehold Helldivers had, even like on like the normie gamer like space. Like I had like my stepbrother text me and be like, "Yo, do you play Helldivers? Like, let's play Helldivers." I was like, "Jesus, okay." Like, it's really like getting to like normal, like just the normal video game consumer. Like was like, I have to play Helldivers, and I'm having so much fun playing it. So I can definitely see why people had a lot of fun with it. I got lost in the loop and was kind of like, all right, like I get it, and that was kind of it. But I get why a lot of people still love it. I want to go back and try it.
I love Helldivers, man. It not for everyone, but it's really the type of game that is like, if you have a bunch of friends playing it, the game it becomes exponentially more fun. I think it's a fun game on its own, But when you just have a squad of like 3 or 4 of your buds just fucking around in Helldivers, that's when the game really shines.
For sure.
And I have that every couple
Mr.
weeks whenever it comes back to Helldivers, so that's why it's so good. But Mr. Fruit, it's your turn.
Well, I like the redemption it had too. There was like a little part, especially with the Sony login stuff, and then it was kind of hidden. People were like, "Oh, I'm over this game." We're like, "Oh, like the hype's already dead." But then they keep iterating or adding things, and best of all, it seems like the game director and stuff, it like sort of like Larian, just loves the game, loves his job, and is trying to design for gamers, not just for dollars. So always good to see him succeed. My game of the year, you know it, you love it, you guessed it. Got to upset some people. It's the DLC Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree.
Okay, you are the problem. I will allow
actually, that's not a true game of the year because it's a DLC and not a full game.
But
I expect some of them out there will say that, and to that I say,
you never played it. Probably get good and beat it.
To that I say, suck my Mr. Fruit watermelons.
Well, it also just coincides this year was the first time I played Elden Ring. But the DLC itself, I mean, it was everything I loved about the base game. But just more of it, harder bosses, an insane amount of content. Like going in, I did not expect to get as much as you did. Yeah, like a normal expansion or something. But that like straight up was like size like of half the original map. Like over 100 bosses or something. All the new gear and everything. Yeah, it was just chef's kiss to me.
People can give you a lot of shit, but the reality is no one can deny that Elden Ring DLC is bigger than most AAA games that come out today.
It was just a banger.
Real quick, there was one game that I think we all missed on honorable mentions, and I think we would all put it up there because I know we all had a ton of fun with it. Power World. Power World did come out this
year. Yes, Power World is honorable mention for me. I love Power World.
I did not forget that.
Okay, see, I did. So I'm glad that you are a better Power World fan.
Unfortunately, Power World was never going to win it for me because while I loved my time in Power World, the game was really derivative to a fault. And so while I had a massive amount of fun, it's hard for me to give a game that didn't really did it do a couple new things? I would say so, but it did a couple new things in the context of, man, Pokemon would never. And that's why I had so much fun with it. So I think Power World is so much fun, and I still need to play the DLC. I would definitely put it in my honorable mentions for sure.
As would I. Do you have other honorable mentions other than Power World, Mr. Fruit?
Let's see.
Didn't like it. Bazaar. I know you're Bazaar pilled for a little bit now.
The Bazaar is definitely up there. I am for sure.
I'm not pilled by it anymore. I'm sick and tired of Monitor Lizard and not being able to beat it unless I play it. So I'm not playing it anymore. I cannot.
The other one would probably be Deadlock.
Ooh.
Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, Deadlock was.
I just can't wait to see what that's gonna become when we get 1.0.
That's why it's an honorable mention. It's still changing so much, but like the core of what they have there and how it plays and everything is already so good. So yeah, I'm just excited for the game to finally sort out most of like the big stuff, because I mean it's still sweeping changes. It's an alpha, so when it gets more refined, closer to like a beta or a early access or 1.0 or whatever. But yeah, game was really fun and just hit a lot of the marks I like in a game.
We'll go to next category here. Let's do our content of the year. Okay, this can be anything. This can be anything from your favorite YouTubers kind of content that you have made that you think people should watch and enjoy, that you also had fun while doing, or it can literally be Mr. Beast's Squid Games.
Have you guys actually seen that new Amazon Prime show at all?
No, I have like a zero desire.
All I know about Mr. Beast games is every time he would reply to the Squid Games Netflix tweet, and he'd be like, "I'm so excited." Also, Mr. Beast game episode 3 drops.
Well, I basically heard that like it's basically like I really needed this money for my family, and it's Mr. Beast just like like flossing around him. So like I don't know. I'd rather watch other like competition shows. Like one of the shows that Sydney and I watched, it's called Outlast. It's on Netflix, and they basically send these people out into Alaska, and they just have to like have there's only one rule in Outlast, and that's in order to win, you have to be on a team. So there's 16 people. They break them off into 4, and it's almost kind of like Survivor. There's like, like betrayal and stuff like that. It's really interesting show, but that is not it's not my content of the year. But for content of the year, let's start with the content creator himself, Mr. Fruit. What do you believe was is your content of the year?
Well, when you first posed the question, I didn't have context, so I put down 2 things in case because like I don't know if. So I was like, okay, well if he means my content, put one down, and then I was like, okay, if it's not my content, just any content. So for my content, for my content, it was kind of a tie between things, but I'd probably say my 100 Days Pal World.
That was great content.
It was like a coup de grace. Way too much time and effort spent, but I think it made for a really good video. One of the most proud videos I made. Outside of my content, though, I had Dune 2.
Oh,
love me some Dune 2.
Wait, I didn't even think about content in movies. Movies are literally content.
So like
content,
like anything that like just content in general. I know I made it kind of seem
but I figured just something to consume, and for me, Dune 2 slapped. Was so excited for it, and it delivered.
Ass, I'll say it. I fell asleep in IMAX, dude. First 35 minutes. Dude, up until he rides this I almost said snake, the worm. That like that movie is so boring. And then it goes black and white, and then it goes off. Then it starts like, we start moving. But the first like 35 minutes of that movie, man, it is tough for me to get through. I cannot lie. I prefer Dune 1 to Dune 2.
Okay, you're rage baiting now.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
You're rage baiting. Hey, nice try, Rob, but we're not gonna take that bait, bud.
Okay. Blue, we'll move on to your content of the year.
My content of the year. Well, my content of the year, I did not even think about movies and stuff. So I cucked myself because that's a great way of looking at content. And yes, it's Larry content. But I did write down the same thing Fruit did. I was like, our content or like just general content. So, Bunko?
My fucking cat loves getting on the desk, man. I hate it. And then he knows like he's not allowed to be up there, so he goes in the one spot at like the far corner of the table where I can't reach him, and then he just sits there.
So as far as our content goes, my favorite content was actually the Pal World base building contest. That was so fun. It was actually like really fun in like a really healthy competitive way, and like seeing everyone else's was also really sick. I was like, I'm gonna go in hard. I'm gonna cook, and then Fruit made like a fucking the prison, the Amazon sweatshop, the sweatshop, and I was like, I'm not winning this.
No, everybody cooked.
Everyone, and then the rematch that was fun. But that was just so fun. That was like peak Power World for me, and we all got to show off our cute little pals and stuff in the process, and it was really cool. I thought that was really fun. The base building section of Pal World is deceptively deep, and so seeing what everyone did with it was really cool.
Made it so you can build like the Japanese kind of stuff. I'm like, I gotta
go back there.
We gotta upgrade our levels, I bet though.
It's time to, a bunch of stuff. And I mean, if you think that server's still somewhere, God only knows.
Your boy has it.
Oh shit.
Okay, well there you go. It'd be interesting to see if it whatchamacallit.
I just have to like
I'd assume it's still well, I'm saying like compatible, but I'm certain people would have been way upset if they made updates that's just like, well, it's new patch, so your world's just what?
Yeah. I haven't gone through those things yet, but yes, we still have the world on a server that I'll pay for whenever we decide to go back.
All right.
Oh.
But as far as not our content, I have to say I had a ton of fun at a content event, some would say, which is Evo 2024. Went to Evo with a partner, saw a bunch of friends. Evo 2024 was so cool. Finally getting to be on the ground floor and like hanging out and like seeing all like the shops. Funnily enough, I thought fighting game players would smell worse. And
that's good to hear.
Well, just wait till you meet Destiny 2 players. I'm just kidding.
And
sorry.
inexplicably, I bet
I don't mean that.
I bet GCX smells crazy.
No, it's actually okay. It's actually okay.
Rob said it's okay, which means probably not the greatest.
Kevin Hart meme.
But it was really cool finally being there. I don't know if fighting game players don't smell bad, or maybe like it was just the great ventilation of the Las Vegas Convention Center. Who knows? But it was really cool being there. It was really cool watching the finals again. I will say, small negative. They did like this weird thing where they like wanted like smaller venues for like the final stages, and it just didn't work because like no one could fit in them. And usually they have like massive, like a really big, like basically stadium size, like stage where people can watch. That. But it was really small this time. They're like, oh, we wanted every game to be like a mini Evo finals. And it's like, okay, just make them like the actual Evo finals size stadium stage that you guys did. But it is what it is. Tekken, I played a lot of Tekken this year. BF fucking loves Tekken, huge Tekken stan. And yeah, you know, it was just really cool watching Tekken. I love Tekken is such a great spectating fighting game, and I just had a really good time. Evo 2024, I will never forget you. Hoggers, in my opinion.
So for my content of the year, I kind of did what Christian did, as I had it kind of left it up ambiguously on purpose. I did pick some content that I was involved in, and then I picked something, you know, that I was not.
Look at us. Look at us.
Wow.
I will say, as much of a grind as it was, and it was a little bit into 2023 is where it originally started, but it finished in 2024. I would say me and Christian's Ultra Sun and Moon Nuzlocke was a ton of fun and something that I looked forward to. And I thought it was really fun. One of my first like duo Nuzlocke. I guess it was my first duo Nuzlocke. Yeah,
I mean, like, you know, like the start of content. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's just easily like my favorite form of Pokemon now. You know, I've been watching. Normally, I'd never watch like Christians like Pokemon things. My bad. But and then I did this, but like I'm so invested into Datto and Mr. Fruit's like playthrough. I go on to Datto's VODs now. I'm like, okay, like I caught up. Like now I really gotta catch up. But then it's like a double-edged sword, you know, you don't get the edits. I was like, oh, what Pokemon are they using? You know, so it's a little what do I want from it? So now I wait for the episodes again. But anything, your Nuzlocks are super fun and even more fun to be a part of. So not only did I think it was like good content to watch, I thought it was also like fun to do. Like it wasn't like I felt like, oh, I gotta do this, but it was a lot of fun. And then outside of our content that we've made, Sonic Adventure 3. I call it Sonic Adventure 3. I shouldn't call it Sonic Adventure 3. What a movie for the fans. I know Mr. Fruit just
Sonic Adventure 2.
I mean, yeah, but I called it 3 because it's Sonic 3. But yes, it's so much fun. Did you like it, Christian?
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
That's in my honorable mentions as well.
Yeah. I still think though that the entire trilogy. I don't know if we would have gotten more if it wasn't for Jim Carrey. I think he carries
his ass off.
The hedgehogs are like, you know, the characters like they're all right, but like they don't carry. But Jim Carrey really ties it all together. Still an outstanding performance in this one.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. And then I'm trying to think of like not a really big TV watcher, so anytime I throw on the Worlds VOD, that's always really good content to watch. But yeah, Sonic 3 and I think our Ultra Sun and Moon Nuzlocke. Now we are going to transition to the worst content of the year. Something so bad that it hasn't even seen the light of day. So my worst content of the year nomination is the little preview you guys got for Christian's worst game of the year. What I've seen and heard from Mr. Fruit is so funny and gotta be easily the worst content of now. It wasn't like him that was the worst part of it. It was what they were playing and how they were playing it. Great little story that maybe one day in the long eons of the future but Mr. Fruit can maybe tell. But just hearing about how that game went just sounds like the funniest thing ever, where it's like sponsor wants this, doesn't really work out, but then the game just doesn't work out either. It is just a hilarious type of thing.
Miserable is what you mean, but yeah.
And then, worst content of the year, it's got to be Love Island. Sydney puts on that bullshit, and I just don't understand Love is Blind. I don't get the show. The people on it are dumb. And then my biggest gripe about Love is Blind, if you've ever watched Love is Blind, if the couple are fighting and it's I don't really I want our parents to like each other. Well, our parents wanted us to be dating more than a day, than for us to get married, for us to really follow through. And then they're sitting there and it's really, they're sad. And then the music in the background's parents are sad because we are dating too soon. And it's all right, this song is way too and then it's a happy thing. And it's this is the best day of my life. And it's her shop dressing. And it's okay, where do they find these songs? So it's always something I point out when I watch Love is Blind. I don't watch Love is Blind unless Sydney is watching it. And I'm what is this bullshit? So Love is Blind is my worst of 2024. Let's go on to Mr. Westlo here for your worst content of 2024.
The worst content of 2024. Well, boys and girls, it's pretty simple. The worst content of 2024 is I don't even know if this is content, but I see it show up on my fucking Twitter all the time, and it's always all over YouTube, and it's just I watch it. And it starts off as a really good critique, and then it quickly goes into, oh, wow, you're just racist and also sexist. It's the weird fucking incels fetishizing East Asian games. All year, every single time some game from some East Asian company comes out, everyone's oh my God, this is so much fucking better than seeing black and brown people in games. This is so much better. You had it with Stellar Blade, where everyone's oh my God, finally some bitch with big fucking tits. So good to finally have someone good looking. And it's I want someone to Photoshop Joel or oh wait, no, this, I just unlocked a core memory. There was this thing where someone Photoshopped Joel and they're so tired of woke DEI men. Why can't we get hot daddies? And they Photoshopped Joel as some hot fucking twink. It's this is what you guys are doing. When you're oh, why do we have to have ugly women in games? It's do you guys not like women? These are good looking women, especially the Siri shit with The Witcher. They're ew, you must be gay if you like this Siri because she looks like a man. And it's do you not like women? Is that what do you just not like? You could just say that. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to like women. But when you're ew, ugly, I would never fuck. It's no one's gonna fuck you either because you don't even like
it's a
women.
video game character.
You don't even like women.
I'll be honest, I don't get that. Oh, she's so hot, and it's I get that, but
anytime they're okay, so what's a hot woman? It's always some East Asian chick or the Stellar Blade chick, and it's I don't know if you know this, but these developers would hate you.
The Stellar Blade one is
these developers would hate you.
Is Stellar Blade the game that came out and it was just she just had an ass?
Yes, she's got ass and tits. It's actually a great game. It's very near Automata inspired.
But you hate it comes from it going see, this is why this game is successful because
exactly
ass and boobs.
Exactly. Okay. And it's the same. It's the same problem with Wukong because it's no ugly bitches in this game. Finally, a game that isn't made for fat bitches. It's you don't even like women because you don't find any woman ever attractive in a video game.
Harder than it should have.
you don't find any woman in any video game ever attractive unless she's like some East Asian woman who has boobs that would cause
proportioned. Yeah,
boobs that would literally cause spinal cord injuries, or an ass that is like a BBL that was probably really painful to get. We have shifted so far in the political spectrum that it's gay to like women. Guys, I'm half gay. I don't know how to tell you this. It is not gay to like women. You need to go to be in real world.
See, this is like the perfect time for the meme that's scanning over the landscapes and stuff while Blue went on that rant.
So the worst content of the year is weird incels fetishizing East Asian games. Okay. Like, even when it's like a game, I hate those creators. Even when it's a game like fucking Wukong, they're like, oh, finally, no ugly bitches. Like, there's literally not a single feminine character in this game. It's literally just a dude going monkey mode, which is sick. But you have now turned it political because it's like, monkey mode. Finally, a game for men. It's like, it's all dudes. What is up with you guys? You guys are acting real sus right now, Among Us derogatory. Get it together, guys.
Congratulations, X users, for winning this award. We knew.
Still,
we knew
Twitter.
You guys would win something at some point. Well, I like to say, like, I think the bad part of Twitter is X. Like, I call that part X, fair. And then like the parts that I do like, I still.
It bleeds into YouTube too, because then you have like these 50-year-old white dudes who are like, "This girl's so ugly," and like every single one of you is like, "This girl's ugly. This girl's ugly. This girl's ugly. This girl's ugly." You are a homosexual. I don't know how to tell you this.
From
You're a homosexual
himself.
Like, you,
not a bad thing.
You don't find any girl attractive. You are a homosexual, sir. I can say that. I can say that.
You can. He has the half card. And I would like to state this. Some kid at the YouTube Collective thing did say I have the N-word pass because I'm half Colombian.
That's okay. You don't have that.
He goes, "Oh, you're half Colombian?" And I went, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, like and Omar, he could say the N-word." I was like, "No. I can't."
That was wild. I was like, hold on a minute.
Yeah, I was like,
"What are we talking
thanks,
about,
guys?" But I no. Mr. Fruit.
My worst content of the year. I mean, I didn't think about it, but it'd have to be up there. It's part of the same video game discussion, but everyone just everything's woke. And if we don't like a game, it's because it's woke. Or if a game fails, it must be because it's woke. Just like, or just like that, like ahead of time, we're already gonna hate on a game because we think it's woke. Like the Siri thing. Like, why don't we just wait until it comes out?
Like, why does that even matter about the game at all? Like, that doesn't change.
Well, that's what's not. Wait until the game comes out, and then is the game good? If it's not, it's like, oh, the writing is bad, or like, oh, the gameplay is bad. Sure, but just the whole, this is woke or that's woke, or I'm tired of this and that. I'm tired of you guys. Why do I keep seeing this? Why is it everywhere? And then the more people talk about it, the more they find the people who agree, and then it just keeps getting louder and louder, and they're finding their people. But my least favorite would either be Halo Season 2 or Joker 2.
Ooh.
Did you even end up seeing Joker 2?
No, that's why it's some of the worst content of the year. The fact that I still have no inclination. I've only heard terrible things. From what I've heard, it sounds terrible. Sounds like it's just like, why was this made? Same with Halo Season 2. I'm just going to leave that unwatched forever because they forever tarnished another Halo thing.
There's a nice little video.
The worst.
There's a nice little video I watched today, and it was like 35 minutes, and it basically takes you through Season 1. They haven't done Season 2 yet, where they just basically explain like what Season 1 was about, and it is so bad. I can't wait for him to put out the Season 2, so I don't have to know what happened. So I don't have to watch the whole Season 2.
Yeah, just no interest.
There's no end in sight of pain for us Halo fans, is there? Because I don't know if you saw, but I guess like a bunch of Halo files leaked, like Halo CE, Halo 2, Halo 3, had all their like source shit leaked. Which I don't know what that really means. I just know it
might be good for you. It might be great for you guys because that means that it makes it exponentially easier for modders if they have the source code to.
I'm sure Microsoft would be cool with that. or Halo Studios, whoever the fuck it is these days.
Well, they're not doing much with Infinite, so they can't be that mad.
No, they've already essentially moved on, and then talking about how that's when they rebranded to Halo Studios or whatever, and then showed a thing that's like, we're changing Halo, but also just know it's gonna be like 5 or 6 years. We're redoing everything. See ya. So it's like, all right, yeah, Halo as an IP is really gonna be hitting in 5 to 6 years. When the last IP of Halo that hit was Reach, 2011 or something, 2010.
And that didn't hit for me. Let me tell you.
I mean, the sad part
still hit
is,
for most people, but
yeah, but it was definitely a.
Is Infinite? Infinite had like all the keys to make a successful game that had like a wide audience, and they just were like,
Could've.
yeah, well, check out how hard we could fumble that bag, guys. Watch this.
Me, one of the biggest Halo fans that you could ever think of, has 27 hours on Halo Infinite since it's come out. Like, I have more hours. I have triple the hours on the Master Chief Collection than I do on Halo Infinite. I probably have the same hours of doing this lasso challenge that I'm trying to do. It's more than Infinite. Like, ass. I'm with you. Let's move on to a little bit more of a fan favorite, I would say. This is a fan favorite category. The GG Easy Story of the Year. This is kind of just at one point in the podcast. Doesn't even have to be a story. It could be a joke. Could be something we talked about that was your favorite part of the podcast. Maybe next year I'll kind of I'll get the fans involved and we can get a fan vote for their nominations and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. So stick around for next year's 2025 awards.
Yeah, we'll take your input, and then we'll put ours. We'll weigh yours 10%, and ours will be 90%.
Seems fair. Let's start with you, Blue. What is your GG Easy Story of the Year?
Okay. Hold up. I think there was like 2-part of this, wasn't there? Hold on. Okay, I have like 2 things from that are GGs related.
Okay.
Oh no, not quite. Okay. Well, I guess it was a tie for me. It was a tie for me. Okay, so the first winner, because it's a tie, the first winner was Rob going to Germany and not being a Karen, but being the hero there, like Spider-Man on a plane. Like he held that plane. Yeah, he held that plane together, and everyone was like, "Carefully, he's a hero." Yeah, it's funny, and like, yeah, Rob being like extrovert and over the top and a hero is great. But I can't stop thinking about, I don't know why, the way you said it is like stuck in my brain forever, is when you were describing the German guy who was taking photos, you were like,
taking pictures of the glacier.
He was like, I was taking pictures of the glacier. I said,
I don't give a fuck about your fucking glaciers.
I can't stop thinking about you just do that, and you do it so perfectly, and like I can perfectly imagine this dude turning around like, I'll take a picture of the glaciers, and we're
like, I'm supposed to be like, oh my bad.
So
I was getting fucking flashbanged 4 row behind you. Sorry.
I'll take a photo. I'll take a picture of the glacier.
Fucking dickhead.
So, anyways, that's my tie winner for GG Easy Story of the Year. My second winner is Mr. Fruit coming back from jaw surgery and saying, "I didn't hear no bell."
I kind of heard a bell, but
I actually got my ass beat, but I'm back, guys. That was my second favorite. Not your pain, but just because having you finally
returning it,
having you finally come back with you being like, guys, I think this is it. We're so back. Maybe.
Great. As you say, my face cam.
Oh no!
Oh
God!
I did see this happen in the Nuzlocke before.
Yeah, it happens all freaking time, dude. I'll keep going. I'll try and fix it.
I just had to say we're so back. I jinxed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, would you like me to go next, Mr. Fruit, while you figure out your webcam?
Yeah, I can still hear and talk.
Okay. I will go with mine. My GG over easy story of the year. I hate to sound like conceited or like I'm my own biggest fan. But yes, my economy flight X2, by the way. Not just Germany. I did it on Copenhagen too, with some lady flashing her light trying to read a fucking book when you have an overlight fucking thing above you, lady. And I'm telling you guys, like when I'm telling you that, everybody in economy was like, what is, and then like, can you believe this person? Like, oh, they're so rude. And then I go, you know what? I'm gonna fight for you, row B 41A. Like, let me get up and fucking be super passive aggressive to this lady. So like, I stared at her for so long. I was like, you better fucking look at me. And he finally looks, and then like, and like, I'm not joking. Those are all like exactly how it happened. And then
I have
with
no doubt it is.
Germany, the dude was sitting right in front of Sydney, so Sydney's getting flashbanged, and then like I'm seeing like the middle row of the plane going like, oh my god, like can you believe this? Like it's dark time, like you're supposed to be sleeping and stuff, and
dark time.
I'll just never forget it, dude. I walked up like, hey man, like do you mind? Like you're flashbanging the whole row, and he goes, I'm taking pictures of the glaciers. I'm like, I don't fucking care about your pictures, dude. Like put a blanket up or something, and then.
I'm taking pictures of the glaciers.
Because, like, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. It's not like he immediately opened up his window. I was like, that's it. Like, I let him, get pictures of glaciers.
I'll show you what for.
Yeah. And then, like, man, the 1940 American came out at me and said, hey, you German scum, fucking turn off your fucking window. Because it's not the window. How about you take
a picture of this and then you flick them off?
Because it's like the new planes where it's like, it's not a shade cover. It's like the buttons. And I hate the buttons. Because I'll be real with you. The first like 10 minutes of a flight, I'm gonna die. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Jesus. We're going on a rock 1,000,000 miles an hour. But there is one place where you will catch me doing a prayer, and that is on takeoff of an airplane. Okay. That is the only time you will catch me doing one of these. Because I hate the first 10 minutes of a flight. Because we're so high, and then you can still kind of see the ground. Hate that. Like. I'd rather just be 30,000 feet in the air and then just see clouds. Like, I'd rather see clouds and being like, oh, like I could see my house. Like, that's terrifying to me. So yeah, my stories of the year, me putting and standing up for the economy class and the pig troughs in the back who have to stand for that. So I stand with you, economy riders. Yep. You're welcome. You're welcome, fellow economy what is it? What's the cheapest flight you can buy? What is it called?
Isn't it just economy?
No, but like there's something like it's non-refundable. It's like I forget what it is, but it's on the tip of my tongue. Whatever. Mr. Fruit.
Yeah. So, well, this one I was going back, and unlike a lot of the other ones, couldn't really just look up like, oh, what were the things we talked about? Like, what are some stories? Because I was like trying to look back at like thumbnails and titles, and I'm like, I don't remember. And I never caught the ones you guys did while I was sick. So I was like, I don't know what they talked about then. So then I was like, okay, well, what's the one I remember? And it's a sweep. Rob on the airplane.
Oh, no way.
Me and Hot to a girl.
Yeah.
Let's go,
hey,
Rob.
You gotta hold that with her. Mainly just because it's unapologetically you, even though it makes me cringe. And then I knew if I was there, I'd be like, Rob, what are you doing? Between you like passive aggressively poking him, and you thinking you're the savior. And then I've been on a couple airplanes recently when I'm traveling. Every time I'm sitting there, I'm like, would Rob do something right now? Like, oh Lord, I have to worry about him.
The past 2 flights I have been on there, and there have been no commotion started.
Yeah, I was just waiting. Like, oh, is Rob? If something comes up, is Rob gonna come back from the pig trough? All the way up here. And
I will say, our flight from Seattle to Denver, there was a lady next to me who smelled like wet towel. So that was pretty bad. But like that's just something you sign up for when you get economy seats.
Well, see, I'll have I know what the pig trough is like when I book my own tickets. But whenever I travel with Claire, she gets added on to whatever her dad is, and he's like a gold million whatever thing. So we just always get like. I noticed
you guys
plus, like for free.
You like if you can, what I've noticed even in London, you guys like the first row of economy. So like you get like the unlimited leg space type of seat, like one, like the first row.
We go wherever, but yeah, we get like economy plus for free or whatever, and then we're always on the first boarding thing. And then
that's funny.
I fly by myself, and then I'm like, boarding group last, and And then I'm all the way in the back. I'm like, oh, that's me. So I get it. But then when I travel with her, I'm spoiled. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad I left a impacting because I guarantee you guys I'm looked as a hero from those people. I wish I could have like firsthand witnesses like hey, like
is that funny American? He made me so happy. Oh, I love the American people.
I have never channeled my inner like World War II veteran.
America's
I have a 9/11
so cool.
veteran in here. I now have like a World War II veteran in me.
That American man was so cool. I love him.
So the last award of the night is the Legacy Award. Now, this may seem a little bit open-ended, but the Legacy Award is awarded to what you believe the year 2024 will be remembered for you. And it could be an event, could be something, could be a person, just something you think when you look back at 2024, this is what you'll remember 2024 as. I will go first because my answer is a little boring. Bang! I got married in 2024. I even got my suit on that I wore during my wedding. Sydney's initials are right here.
Nice pink trim.
Man. Yeah, I went with I thought it looked kind of cool. Normally I wouldn't pick the pink trim, but I definitely I thought it was nice. My wedding. I hear people talk about their weddings and they're like, oh yeah, it was like okay, like it didn't go like some things like went a thing. I can truly say like my wedding was truly like the best day of my life, and I'm so thankful for that. I got a big ton of help from Mr. Fruit that day and everybody else who helped clean up afterwards and put some things away for us, and everything went off without a hitch because of everybody we invited being fun and just having a good time and people caring about us and making sure that like our day was really fun. So I'm very thankful for everybody that came and went. And it truly was like the best day of my life. So I will always remember 2024 as the year I got married to the woman who who definitely settled for me. So I'm very, very thankful she settled and I reached. It was a truly amazing day and something Sydney and I always look back at as the best day of my life. So very thankful for 2024 bringing me that.
It's adorable.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to follow that up, Mr. Fruit, go ahead.
Well, you made the whole speech about like Legacy Award and blah blah blah. I kind of saw it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just put this.
Okay.
Definitely wasn't like when I look back at 2024, 20 years from now, this is what I was gonna remember.
Yeah, you changed it up a little bit, but like I respect it.
Yeah, so just take my answer now with a grain of salt. You're married, love my life. And I put Pal World.
All right. Hey, no, like that's I mean that's what you're gonna think of 2024. Like,
although more than just the game. One
dialogue.
The dialogue. No, is the fun with friends. I mean, one of the few games in years that most of us have all played at the same time, grinded. So it was not only fun for that, but also as content. Was the first game in a while that reminded me that you never know what's coming around the corner, and like a couple of those videos popped off, and
like that lottery ticket.
Yeah, I made a New Year's resolution. I typically don't do like hard New Year's resolutions, but I was like, this year I just want 1 month on my YouTube channel with just positive subscribers, because it's been 4 years of at least minus 5,000, if not more than 10,000 every month. So I was like, if I just see a green number, and what was it? January, literally January, first month, green numbers because of Power World. I was like, well, I did it.
That was easy.
Yeah, I was like, all right, well, sheesh. Only January and I think this month have been green, but still, it was just.
Rivals, would you point that to?
Yeah, Marvel Rivals, I think, is that. Well, that, and funnily enough, I don't know if you've seen, that Liars Bar video where we had that hacker.
Yeah,
I think it's like 1.3 million views.
Shut up!
Wow,
is it really?
Yeah, it popped off. And the crazy thing too, though, is, I've made like pennies. So I was like, oh my god! And it was around like November. I was like, oh, we're freaking eating. It's the lowest RPM I've ever seen on a video ever. I still can't figure out why.
Probably because you're killing yourself in the video. So
Well, that and people are like jumping around. They're not watching all of it or whatever.
Oh my
But yeah, that
God,
video
yeah.
randomly, just. So I think I'm getting subs from that. They're not watching anything else. They watched that one video and then that was it. But yeah,
I had no idea that popped off.
yeah, and it took for like a month. It didn't do
video.
anything. Yeah, I think it's hilarious. I think it's one of the better ones, especially just like the humor. But yeah, just a reminder as a creator too, when because a lot of this is just waves in the ocean, and you never know when you're at the bottom or the top. And when you're at the bottom, it's tough. But then random wave comes along, and then you're like, oh right.
BlueWestlo.
Yeah, this one's really easy. I moved in with my boyfriend this year, and it has been awesome.
We
found
love
a
that.
job. I am living real happy with my partner and my extremely adorable chihuahua. We actually just visited my parents for Christmas, and that was really awesome. It was cool visiting my parents together, and just had a great time. This year has been great. It's been really busy. Everything has felt kind of uprooted in like a good way because I've had to like adjust to, being in a new state and everything, but this is pretty sick. I'm pretty happy and everything has been exceptional.
I think I speak for everybody, Blue.
Pog.
That's all we've ever wanted for you, is for you to be happy. So if that is what your legacy is, that you found happiness in 2024, then congratulations. You've won the Legacy Award, BlueWestlo. Congratulations.
Yay!
Blue found happiness, Rob found love. I have Power World.
Robin Blues. Love really is the answer to life, guys. Mr. Fruit.
I had fun with Power World.
Mr. Fruit.
I shot some Pokemon.
Guys, video games are pretty sick.
Like whatever, man.
Fine. Well, that was a lot of fun. Next year we'll build on this. Maybe, maybe we have some new nominees, some new categories, some new winners, maybe some past winners come in and, speak on their trophy. Maybe we even have trophies to give out next year. Who knows what
we'll have even more world premieres.
Yeah, exactly.
And hopefully Kojima catches his flight. There's delays and,
before we leave you guys, we are going to leave you with all in-game captured footage. This is all in-game captured footage. None of this is it. So please enjoy this.
And then Jeff comes in. He's like, guys, here's real IRL footage of me deep throating Kojima. I know you guys have been waiting for this for a long time. And to be honest, I was waiting for it for the most. But we're so excited. Kojima-san, get up here.